Hello guys, Gian here. Welcome to my very first art video. I thought it would be fun to show my process a bit and maybe talk to you guys about how I approach things. First things first, I'm painting on Clip Studio Paint, which is really fun, and I'm using an entry-level medium-sized Wacom tablet. About the actual process now. So for me, the most important is always to find the right reference, which can take a long time when you're as picky as I am. This time I used the work of William Eggleston, which I discovered recently and I absolutely love his approach of colors. Once I found the right reference, I usually begin with a rough sketch, which often doesn't look very good, but it's not supposed to. It's more of a guide for later. After the sketch is done, I create a new layer under it and I start applying colors. I often use the fill tool for the main color, and then I use a pretty large opaque brush to put in the rest of the colors. I like painting the dark colors first, then work my way up to the lighter ones. Once the base colors are in, I make my brush a bit smaller and add some details. As you can see on the video, I try not to use that many layers anymore, and I also try not to zoom too much either. It just feels more free and overall just looks more authentic. I'm still going to use a separate layer for the glass in hand though, it will just be easier that way. And I also like to use a diffuse light layer afterwards to add even more highlights if needed. So far the most difficult part to paint has definitely been the glass and its shadows. The light reflections make it that bit more complex, but also more fun to paint. Reflections have got to be one of my favorite things to paint, which is why I'm really fond of painting night cityscapes. In terms of the brushes that I only use the default ones, and I actually don't use that many. For sketching, I only use the realistic pencil brush, which honestly just feels like a real pencil. And then for painting, I use the dense watercolor brush a lot, and sometimes the diluted one if I want to blend more smoothly. I try to use the eraser as little as possible, except when I'm sketching, but when applying colors, I'd rather paint over mistakes than erase or Ctrl Z, because I feel like it brings more texture to the end result. In order to achieve a more painterly look, I mostly only refine the focus of the pieces and leave the rest a bit more rough, with like big brushstrokes still showing. Okay, so what I said about the glass being the most difficult part, yeah, scrap that. The hand has been way harder because of how translucent the skin is and how direct the sunlight was. Painting the hand was pretty hard, but again, quite fun to be honest. Again, with the hand, I started with the darker colors and gradually added the lighter ones. After that, it was all about refining what I felt needed some change. In hindsight, not sure the seat required it, but oh well. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to say. Hope the video wasn't too bad and hopefully see you in the next one.